What's going on, everybody? Today I have a tri-tip from an actual butcher shop. I've never bought anything from a butcher shop. I've only ever shopped for meat at Walmart or Target. Can you believe it? Well, today I've got a prime grade tri-tip. It was not the cheapest meat I've ever bought per pound, so it's probably the most I've ever spent per pound on meat. But I'm looking forward to some tasty tri-tip at the end of the day. I've never cooked one of these before. I've always wanted to, and I'm going to be cooking it on the Weber grill. So let's get this thing opened up, pat dry, and I'll meet you when I'm ready to trim it up. Let's turn it over. You can see the fat cap side. It's got quite a bit of hard fat right here. I'm going to try to trim that off some, since these don't take too long to cook apparently, so it's not really going to have time to render any of that off. So go ahead and start trimming some of that. Go ahead and finish this up, and come back to you when I'm done. Alright, so I finished trimming that fat cap off. You can see I got a good bit of it off of there. So I'm going to do a rub here. What I have is some homemade SPG that I made. I just have it in an old Rouse's supermarket container. And then I've got Killer Hogs, the barbecue rub by Malcolm Reed on the channel How to BBQ Right. This is just what I have, so I've been using it on everything I make. So I'm going to do a base coat though of this, I think. I'm just going to try this out. I've never done this before. We'll do a little bit of SPG. And then I'm going to follow it up with the barbecue rub. Alright, I think that'll do for now. So we'll let it sit here and sweat it out. Look at that, I moved it off frame. Here you go. We'll let it sit here for a minute while I get the grill set up, and then we can get it on the grill. Okay, so I've got some leftover charcoal from some burgers I cooked the other day. Obviously didn't use it all. We'll just move it all to one side. I don't have a slow and sear or anything like that, so this is just what I might have to do. I want one, but I just never gotten one. What I'm going to do is light a little bit of charcoal in the chimney and pour that on top of this, and that'll slowly burn around. It's not going to take very long to cook this tri-tip, so I think I should have plenty here in order to do that. Let me get some charcoal there. First though, let me show you how I set up a temporary grilling center. You need two things: a trash can and a piece of plywood. Done. Alright, it's been a few minutes. I think they're good enough for right now. I'm going to go ahead and pour them on the unlit charcoals. Close the grill up and get it hot. And I'm going to leave one of the edges of the open part of the grill right there, so in case I need to add some charcoal, just in case, I can. Yeah, you can see how this temporary grilling center is working out for me. Now this is the premium version. Why is this the premium version? Because it has included with it trash disposal access. It's looking pretty sweaty. Now the grill is reading about 285, which I'm trying to stay in the 275 range, so I've cut down closed the vents. They're probably a quarter open on the bottom. But here we go with this tri-tip. That over here. I'm going to put the thin side towards the back. Well, let me tell you, I'm going to do it like this. Try to keep the thin areas towards the back. And that should work out. Well, I forgot to put a probe in it. So let me go ahead and do that. There we go. Well, I forgot to put some wood on it. I wonder if that'll smoke right there if I put that there. Think so? Find out. Alright, 4 times the charm. I got my glove. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the coals just to make sure it's going to smoke good. There we go. Should start smelling pretty good out here in a second. Hey, what's that smell? It smells like hickory out here. Huh? You're right, man. It is hickory. Alright, you can see the grill's 291. I really can't get the vents any more closed than what they are. I mean, they're really, really closed. The internal of the tri-tip's 81, so I'm gonna go up to 110. I don't know if I mentioned this. I just can't remember right now if I mentioned it at the top of the video, but there's a guy named Rye. He has a channel called Cooking with Rye. Go check it out. He puts out a lot of content, a lot of cooking, smoking, grilling content. So go check him out. One of his favorite things to cook is tri-rib, as he mentions in his video. So I'm kind of emulating his method that he likes. Cook it to 110, sear it, then put it back in direct until it's done to the point you want it. So For him, that's 130. For me, I'm probably gonna go up to 140 just because I have my wife who's gonna be eating too, and she does not like medium rare or even medium steak. So I'm gonna get to about medium and just maybe some of those end pieces she could have. But my daughter, who loves steak, will of course eat anything I give her. So anyway, that's what I'm doing today. So I'll check back with you in a second. Or it's probably gonna be more than a second because the second has already elapsed. Man, things are happening super fast. It's already at 105. I'm almost ready to sear already. And it's been maybe 30 minutes. I guess I could have tried to get the temp lower, but it's kind of hard to do in this Weber kettle I found. So I gotta go get some tongs so I can be ready to sear it. See you in a second. I cannot believe how fast this thing is cooked. It's already a 110 internal. Let's take a look at it. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this probe out for a second. And it's time to sear it. So, I guess I'll start with the top side here. I'm gonna sear it for, I don't know, maybe a minute. So anyway, like I mentioned, check out the channel, Cooking with Rye. And you'll see him do this method. So I'm giving it a shot. Put a link to his channel in the description box below. Make sure it looks okay. Looking good. Alright, let's flip it over. Oh yeah, that looks awesome. Alright, let's flip it back over again. A couple times. Get some of that fire from the hickory. It's alright. Oh man, that looks excellent. Smoke in the eyes. Man, look at them black parts. Alright, let's put it back on indirect. Way over here. Put the top back on. Keep on going. Alright, so you can see doing the sear got it to up about 117, and the internal of the grill is still climbing back up, so I'll come back to you. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just pull it. It's at 136. I'm going to call it done, because I know some of these edge pieces are going to be closer to medium well or well done for my wife. So let me go ahead and take this in, get it covered, let it sit for a while, and then come back to you. It's looking great though, huh? Man, that. Alright, if there's one thing I can say already, this is probably the best smelling meat I've ever cooked. It smells awesome. Now I love the way ribs smell, but something about this is smelling up the whole kitchen and it just smells awesome. That's all I can say. So let's pan down and cut this thing up. Man, look at that, looks really good. Ooh, already got a lot of juice. Let's go ahead and cut it. Oh man, look at that. That looks stinking awesome. Let me cut a piece off of this one. Oh yeah, it came out much better than my brisket did. If you hadn't seen the brisket, it wasn't at all like this. So let me go ahead and cut a piece to taste test it. And then we can cut the rest of it for the family. It's dripping. Mmm. Good grief. Wow. It's like a really, really juicy steak. Mmm. Got somebody behind the camera wanting to try a piece out. Really good. I don't know what to say. The juice is pretty flavorful. I'm going to have to try dry brining one next time, I think. And I also want to try to cook one like a brisket. So I think I'll try that too. But anyway, again, I'll have links to Rye, Cooking with Rye, and How to Barbecue Right for the rub. Links to their channels in the description below. I'll talk to you later. Bye.